Yo, what's going on, Winning Shot family? Listen, we live and direct. We are back. Me and Hunter Clark back with another video here at the Winning Shot podcast. Man, we appreciate y'all tapping in with us this evening, live and direct. We are live on YouTube and Twitch this evening. So please share the link out to friends, family, like I'm doing right now. I'm sending it out to all my friends and family who want to be on the live stream with us. I love people listening to me live. So I want to have people hear me talk tonight. So if I mess up, you're gonna hear it live and direct. If I don't mess up, you're gonna hear it live and direct. So listen, it's Herbie J, Jon, host, Hundo, host. We're back, man. It's been a little minute since we, put out some content on the pod. So we had to get right because you know what it is? It's March. It's March. And a lot of good things happen in the month of March. And so tonight what we'll be discussing is, first of all, we're going to talk about the end of this Unrivaled season. And then we're going to get straight into this women's. We're going to talk about the women's side, more specifically tonight, women's side of this March Madness. Because personally, I've been more tuned with women's college basketball this year. So I'll be more in tune and more inclined to speak on that as we go throughout this year. I'm going to go throughout this bracket here tonight. We'll give you more specifics here in a little bit. But first of all, Hundo, man, it's been a minute. How you doing, brother? How's everything going for you?
I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. Life is good, man. Just working, staying out the way, How about you?
Man, I can't complain, brother. Like I said, taking everything day by day, brother. Me and the fiance still getting this stuff together for the wedding, getting stuff finalized, man. I tell you, once again, everybody's on the pod listening right now. Listen, if you aspire to be married, first of all, congratulations. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But be ready to put in some work when it comes to the wedding planning process, because it is a process in itself, and indeed. But listen, the Lord is kind, the Lord is good, and everything's working out for my good.
Amen.
So yes, sir. Amen. Amen. Please pay no attention to my hair this evening. I'm going to get a cut tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Fresh Fade Friday. So please excuse my hair this evening as I want to come to you all as my authentic self, as I like to say. But no, man, like I said, I want to get into the end of this Unrivaled. As you know, the Unrivaled season just ended, Hundo, man. So we are crowned a champion. Shout out to the Rose. And if you remember at the beginning of the Unrivaled season, I said I had a couple of teams I'm going to rock with, and I'm going to stick without this season. I said the Rose, and the other one's the Lunar Owls. So we got to break it down a little bit, because as I just mentioned, the Rose are now the champions. But let's go back one round, because the Lunar Owls got put out by the team that the Rose just beat in the championship, the Vinyl. So let's go back to that game and talk about it a little bit. Talk about how was it a shocking loss in your mind? Because I know it was for me. And then we'll get into the championship matchups. Let's go back real quick and then we'll hit that championship matchup up.
Yeah, the Vinyl was up and down all season, man. Like, I lost faith in them. I ain't gonna hold you.
I did too.
And I didn't expect them to beat the Lunar Owls, but they came out. Shout out Ryan Howard. Shout out Mama D. Jordan Canada hit some big shots as well. And they pulled off the upset. And the Lunar Owls was talking all season about how they've been carrying the league, doing this and doing that, and then they get dropped off in the first round. Just like, dog, like Fee did all that hooping in the regular season, got awarded MVP, and still got dropped off in the first round.
That's facts. That's facts, bro. Tough. It is super tough. Like you said, but they was talking all year. They was talking real crazy, and as they should have been, because I mean, it was putting in some work, throughout the season. And as, like you said, as Skylar was talking, she was talking her stuff. Courtney Williams was talking her stuff. Obviously, MVP was talking her stuff. She was the MVP of the league. She did want to win the MVP of this league. And so, rightfully so, man, the Lunar Owls, I thought they were going to go all the way, to be honest with you. I thought that they really had the best opportunity to win the championship going into the playoff season. But just like anything else, the playoffs is anybody's game. It just takes one game. And especially in an Unrivaled league where it's not like, in the W and in the NBA, they have like mini series when it comes to playoffs. But in this particular league, there's just one game. You know what I'm saying? So whoever's game it is, if you keep it close, like the Vinyl did, man, you're going to get that win. And it's which they did. So shout out to the Vinyl, beating the Lunar Owls. And I think Lunar Owls kind of became the villain towards the end of the season. Everybody's kind of really hating on them for real. So it was really funny to see kind of now, like that they lost. People were just kind of talking crazy, like, "Oh, I thought you was gonna win that money." And then they lost, and they was like, "Ooh, that's interesting." Like, after all that talking, now y'all have to wait for real whole time. So, man, that put us into the championship because the Rose, man, went to the championship to play the final. And before that championship game, I remember there's a lot of injuries in the pre semifinal game that the Rose won. And boy, did Chelsea Gray put on a show! Oh my goodness! I mean, she was MVP clearly of the playoffs for the Rose. I mean, she just put the team on her back every game, including the championship game. She really did her big one each and every game. And so, man, let's get some quick flowers to Chelsea Gray, the point guard,
Yeah.
the passing guard. She was doing it all. She really was just literally doing it all. So, man, what were your thoughts on what you saw in that Chelsea Gray performance out this playoffs?
And even before the playoffs, like just like down the stretch of the regular season, like it's just something about Chelsea Gray. When it's time to turn it up, she turns it up. Even with the aces, she turns it up.
Yeah.
When they need buckets, turns it up. Like she just knows how to flip that switch and take over ball games. Whether that's her scoring, whether that's her passing ability, or both. Like just having that winning mentality, that championship mentality to be like, I'm gonna go get it. Like,
yes, sir.
Follow me, and we're gonna go get this done. And she showed that throughout, like I said, down the stretch of the regular season and in the playoffs.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, when I see her hooping the way she did, and like you said, in each that's down that stretch, I was like, yeah, she's in a different bag. And even Chelsea was like, I got the receipts. Like I heard people talking crazy about my name, you know what I'm saying? And like that's real, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, fuels you or motivates you, know what I'm saying? Like she really took that and locked in for that playoffs. And it worked out because, like I said, she led them to a championship. Like I said, pretty much single-handedly. Because Angel was out, had a lot of injuries. They had two new women join in, and I'm not totally familiar with their names, so you may be.
But and Natasha Heidemann.
Yeah, and so those women get the opportunity now to win some bread when they didn't even play with the Rose the entire year. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out Chelsea Gray. I think y'all need to call her and give her a little 5K on the side because she really deserves an extra 5K for each one of y'all. Yeah. But no, for real, man. Like I said, Angel was out. You know what I'm saying? Kai didn't play. You know what I'm saying? So they main two starters outside of Chelsea didn't even play in the championship or the game before the championship. So, like, literally, Chelsea was like, I got to do this by myself. Cool. It is what it is. Now, once again, she comes from championship DNA as she plays for the Aces. You know what I'm saying? So she's not immune and she's not opposed to carrying people. You know what I'm saying? Now, does she usually have to do it? No, because she's had Asia Wilson, you know what I'm saying, in Vegas. But can she do it? I think she has proved in this particular arena that she can. So, man, once again, shout out to the point guard, shout out to the Rose, shout out to all the women that participated in the league this year. I think they really set a precedent, not only for women's sports right now, but for the W season upcoming. For what is to come. I think that these women will be able to take this momentum that they have from this current season, bro, and be able to push it into the W season. Now, I also had this thought as well, and give me your thoughts on this. I said, man, I know that usually the women play, overseas or, do a AU league or whatever the case may be, just to kind of get bread and also to kind of stay in shape for the W season. I said, I wonder because they were able, usually when they go to these other countries, the competition is not as strenuous as it is here in America. Right. So my thought was, I wonder how this competition will play into the W season, being that they have had to play the level of competition that they usually play within the W season anyway, in regards to kind of fatigue and stuff like that. Will that play a factor into it? Or will they kind of just be able to kind of pick up and go? Will it be a hindrance or will it be a help? What do you think?
Well, I think that's a good thing to point out because even when you look at them coming into the Unrivaled season, following the W season, it's like, okay, hopefully nobody gets hurt. Hopefully there's no serious injuries. And with them having more games this past year in the W season, I think they had 44 games or something like that. They're going to have 44 this upcoming season. Like that's definitely something that you got to think about. And it's going to be an experiment, especially this year when you look at a player like a Chelsea Gray. Not to say, I mean, she does have an injury history of getting hurt. Not to wish that on her, but the facts are the facts. Like she doesn't have the best knees, so we're going to see how that translates in the W season for her. Hopefully, everybody is able to stay healthy. We might see a little bit more, load management in the W this year. Players resting, even Jackie. Like Jackie had the
Yeah.
injury coming into the Unrivaled, and she didn't get
She
to play
didn't play
until
much at all. Yeah.
So we're gonna see. I hope it doesn't really affect anybody majorly. But we're gonna see.
Yeah. Like I said, I definitely would be intrigued to kind of see what happens with that. So like you said, there were some people even throughout this W season who kind of had to take some time off, whatever the case was. And like I said, whether it was from previous injury or just to prepare their bodies for the upcoming W season, I'm intrigued to see those who kind of played all the way through. So MVP, Chelsea, those kind of players who kind of played the entire time, how that affects their W season. And if it does at all. Because like some people just got that motor and they can just keep going. You know, so some people really need a break. And like I said, these women have done this. So this is nothing new for them, you know. But I think, like I said, the level of competition that they were playing has been new. Because like I said, you going, and there's no disrespect, but you know, you go to China, you know what I'm saying? You're not playing that same level of competition versus you playing in that W season. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that you can kind of take some plays off versus they play 3-on-3. So they had to put forth more effort throughout that time. So
well, see, I look at it from a different perspective though, because like you said, it is 3-on-3. It's not 5-on-5. You're not playing a full court, like full regulation size court. The court was condensed, so I mean, maybe that does help instead of having to play, 5-on-5 overseas, for an entire off season. I mean, it was a shortened, 3-on-3 season. They played from January to March, so now they'll get a month and a half to recover until the W season, regular season at least starts.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
We'll see.
Yeah, man. We're gonna see for sure. I'm excited for it. Like I said, man, shout out to all the Unrivaled women. I'm super excited. It to me as a fan, it made me more excited for this upcoming W season because all the trash talk, all the things like that. I think that kind of stuff definitely follows you into the season. And as a competitor, you're gonna remember some of that. So, and like and is also to the point is some of them are also teammates. So some of it obviously is just friendly banter, but I think that there may be some, not necessarily beef, but there definitely gonna be some. Okay, I remember what you did on Unrivaled. I remember how you was hooping, how you was playing. Let's see if it kind of carries over into that 5-on-5, back to that again.
Yeah, and I think even to add just like the bonds and the closeness of that, some of them were able to get. You know, you look at Natasha Cloud getting to play with Sabrina, and then now Natasha Cloud's going to the Liberty. So from rivals to competing to teammates. So
that's true.
It's gonna be interesting to see how some of these bonds, play out, like you said, whether good or bad, going into the W season.
Yeah. And then and last thing I'll say on this is also like talked about that development in those teammates and those chemistry. But I'm excited to see like a person like Angel Reese, who I thought had a great Unrivaled year. And I think that this platform here helped her progress. Yeah. Can it win? Ooh, that's a good question, Colin. Colin said, can Angel win Defensive Player of the Year in Unrivaled and the W this year? Like I said, she was playing a lot of defense in Unrivaled this year. Now, when it comes to the W, bro, I think it's been really interesting because this is going into year 2 for her. Hundo got some thoughts on this. I'm gonna go ahead and get mine out. I know you got some thoughts on this real quick. But me personally, bro, I think Angel's a good defender. I think she's a good defender. Now, it's gonna be, like you said, this 5-on-5 is gonna be a different test of that 3-on-3 because now you got Camilla coming back, you know what I'm saying? So y'all both can be down low. So is it, are you going to dominate your matchup? And did the Aces pick up a 5 to help delay Asia go to the 4?
They still got Kia Stokes. They got Liz Kitley too, who they drafted last year. She was hurt, so they just officially signed her to her rookie deal this year. She could probably play the 5, hold it down.
So I mean, and I'll say that to say that I think outside of the Asian matchup, I think Angel could lock down a lot of force in the W. But I mean, when the Asian matchup comes, I mean, obviously we're not holding her. But I mean, that's an anomaly. I said that wrong. That's an anomaly. So I think the Angel has an opportunity to be Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not gonna say it's a lock in the bag or nothing like that. And I think she has an opportunity, Colin, for sure. Kind of what you got to say. I know you got something to say.
But. Yeah. Unless like Asia or Fee gets hurt, I don't see her getting Defensive Player of the Year. Like she's a great rebounder, great offensive rebounder specifically, but she's not really like a a lockdown defender type. Like I'm not worried about, going in the paint and her blocking my shot. Like, and like you said, John, she got Camilla down there too. So that's gonna take some of the pressure off of her as well on defensive end. When you got a 6'7" down there, if somebody were to get by you, that can rotate over and help you out. So
that's true.
I don't think she'll get defensive player of the year, not this year. I think a good step for her is probably making one of those all WNBA teams. She was an all-star last year already. So I think that would be a good step for her if she's able to make one of those all WNBA teams.
Yeah, I think she's going to make a big jump in this second year. I think like I said, I think she's one of those players that the Unrivaled is definitely going to help her game going into this next season. Same with Rakia Jackson. Same with Aaliyah Boston. I think some of the young players definitely benefited from this time. So I'm excited. Like I said, it definitely made me excited for this upcoming W season. But
I think for her, I'll just add this one last thing, then we can move on.
Yeah, you good.
With Angel specifically, like I think her growth is going to come on the offensive end. Like we saw her taking more jump shots in Unrivaled. We saw her, hitting those bunnies that she usually misses underneath the basket. So I think her efficiency is going to go up. Her field goal percentage probably should go up. And her points per game will probably go up. So
yeah, bro. Like I said, it's gonna be a good time. Let's get to it. Let's get straight to that W season. But before we get there, we can't push it too fast because we gotta get through this doggone. Here we go. March Madness. It's March, ladies and gentlemen. As I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, it is March, which means that it is March Madness, which means we get to see all the young women who've been watching in college this year: Juju, Paige, Deja Kelly, Don Staley, and all the girls out at USC Columbia. Listen, we get to see all them women hoop right now. Miss Crooks, I just saw you shout at Miss Crooks at Iowa State. Just how you put up 28, 20, put up 23, 24 last night. Light 23, excuse me. Light 23 against Princeton last night. So man, I'm excited to see these women as we get into this March Madness. So what we're gonna do, man, this evening, me and Hundo, you're ready to break down the women's bracket like this. We're gonna pull up a bracket for y'all to see with us, and we're gonna break it down. We're gonna give y'all our thoughts on it. We're not gonna take too long. We're not take too much of y'all time. We're not gonna belabor it at all. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna simultaneously go through the bracket. Excuse me. Let me take my time. We're gonna go through the bracket. And in the first round, Hunter's gonna pick his upsets, and I'm gonna give you my guaranteed wins. We're not once again. We're gonna just pick a couple games. Everything will be guaranteed wins. A couple games we're gonna think will be upsets. Then we'll flip it for the next round. We'll continue to do that back and forth up until we hit the final four, and then we'll kind of give you a little preview from there, and then we'll kind of give you our picks on champions at that point as well. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this bracket. I'm excited. Like I said, I feel that 3 different brackets for the women this year. So I'm excited to pull as me and Hunter kind of go through this, man, and kind of see what this is gonna look like. And just kind of talk about some of these matches that I think are going to be, either in this first round, gimmies, or what Hunter would call an upset. And I know he got some upsets in that first round, but I'm giving him this round of 64 upsets because we already had some conversation about this. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the gimmies, and then Hunter, you can definitely go ahead and give me your upsets as well right after that. So look at this first round of 64, man. First of all, shout out to all 64 teams that made it into the tournament. Congratulations, you made it. But now it's really time to work. Now it's time to see who really wants this thing. And I'm going to give y'all actually this now because I'm so confident in my gimmies. I'm going to give y'all my gimmies right now. First round gimme, and this is going to be super easy. Don Staley. I got Don Staley in South Carolina. Easily beating Tennessee Tech. I mean, it's going to be a blowout. It's going to get real bad real quick. It's Don Staley, and it's March. So I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to give y'all 2 more. Scroll down for me, Hundo, please, sir. The second gimme that I'm going to give y'all is actually going to be a little bit further. Other side of the bracket, I'm pretty sure they are. Right. Texas is my next gimme game. I know y'all probably saying, they the 1 seed, John. Of course, they're going to be a gimme game. But Women Mary or High Point, I do not foresee either one of those teams being able to stop Texas, stop Miss Booker. It's gonna get real bad. It's gonna get real bad come the 22nd at 9:45 p.m. and I'll be watching it. And so my last gimme, I'm gonna give y'all something that's not a 1 seed. My last gimme game, and Hunter may disagree with this one, but my last gimme game is actually gonna be Kentucky. Kentucky gonna smack Liberty. That's my next gimme game. Like I said, I'm not right there. Kentucky right there, right into that Fairfield game. Yeah, I got Kentucky over Liberty. That point guard, what's her name? Amore? Is it Amore or Amore?
Yeah, Amore. Yeah, Georgia Amore.
Georgia Amore is a bucket. She's tough.
Yeah.
So single-handedly, I think she's going to lead those ladies to a victory. So those would be my 3 gimmies for the first round. Hunter, what you got, man, for your upsets, brother, in this round of 64? Who do you think, man? What Cinderella team you think can come up, or what team that's just a low-ranked seed do you think could kind of pull up an upset against somebody?
So I honestly think it's going to be a few upsets, me personally.
Okay.
But I'm going to start off here. Harvard versus Michigan State.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Harvard. Harmony Turner.
Okay.
She's a bucket. I just saw her drop 44 the other day against Princeton.
Yeah.
She's a dog. So I'm going to go with Harvard beating Michigan State in that first round, 10 versus 7 matchup.
Excited to see her. Yeah.
My next one. We gonna go right here, man. Right where we was at. Kansas State versus Fairfield. I got one. Preface this by saying, if Ayoka Lee does not play, Fairfield is definitely winning.
Okay,
that's a fact. Okay, if she does play, okay, that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge because Fairfield doesn't necessarily have the size.
Yeah.
Match up with Kansas State with Ayoka Lee down low. But we saw Audie Crooks last night against Princeton. She was cooking, but they made it tough. Princeton was up by 15 in that game.
Yeah, they were.
With the way Fairfield plays defense, they pressure the ball. They're going to force you to try to turn it over. Kansas State going to have to knock down some shots.
Yeah.
And if you get into a shootout with Fairfield, I don't think that's a situation you want to be in.
That's true, too.
I'm rocking with the Stags.
Okay.
I'm gonna add one more upset.
Okay.
Well, it's not really even an upset for real because South Dakota State is ranked.
Okay.
But we going with South Dakota State to beat Oklahoma State.
All right, bet.
The Jackrabbit.
Say less. Okay. I like that. I like those upsets. The good thing is I know you, so I had a feeling that you would pick those teams to be upset. Now I did think that you actually no, I didn't, because I think that's the men from never mind. Okay. Last upset I'm gonna give you one on my side. You can give me a gimme real quick before we go to the next round. I think they may not even be an upset, and this may just be a personal preference. Scroll down, not right there. Scroll back up. Deja Kelly, she's at Oregon now. And y'all remember Deja Kelly? She played for UNC Chapel Hill this past year. And I just watched the video not so long ago about her talking about her kind of just putting the team on her back whenever she's at Chapel Hill, kind of putting them on the map, which I can agree with. I mean, she was hooping the whole 4 years she was there. Now, at Oregon, I looked at the record. I mean, they kind of fell off as a team. However, it's March. That's all I'm going to say. And I saw Vanderbilt play who they played not so long ago. It was in the SEC tournament. They was playing somebody, and I was like, I don't like the way they're hooping right now. So because of that, yes, it's March, but I think Deja Kelly and Oregon might show Vanderbilt a little something, send them ladies back to the crib, man. Let them get ready for next season, get back to them books. So I'm gonna take Oregon.
You better stop playing with Michaela Blake's.
No, I mean they cool. They cool, but it's March, Hundo. It's March.
Yep.
I need to see the dogs be dogs. So I need Deja Kelly to show up. Now, when I give y'all my upsets, it's predicated on the dogs showing up and being dogs. So that's my only upset for in the round of 64 I'm gonna give y'all.
Now I will add too. Technically, it's not an upset. The 8 versus 9 matchup because Richmond is 8, but the Spiders of Richmond, they are tough.
Okay.
Coming out the A10, tough. I like them to beat Georgia Tech. It's not, like I said, it's not necessarily an upset because they are the higher seed, but Georgia Tech is from the ACC Power 5 conference, so technically it is an upset. if you look at it from that perspective. But yeah,
okay.
watch
Go
out
ahead
for
and click him
Richmond
then,
too.
brother. We'll add him in there. Go ahead and click. Go ahead and click
Yeah,
UCLA.
we did
Yeah,
gonna
go
go
ahead
over
and get them
here.
out. Got the point. Yep. Out the
Ball
paint.
State is a pretty good team, but I think Coach Yo gonna have them girls ready to hoop.
For sure. I agree. I like Coach Yo. I'm gonna go. Now I know you talked about Grand Canyon a little bit, but I'm gonna still take Baylor. I'm
Yeah,
still take Baylor.
Grand Canyon, they're a tough team. They coach
Yeah.
probably gonna get a big job uh whenever they season in, probably tomorrow. But we gonna see, man. We gonna
Probably
see. I wouldn't
tomorrow.
be surprised if they knocked off Baylor, but
Yeah,
we're gonna go with Baylor for the purposes of this.
for sure. Florida State,
Florida
LSU.
State, Tanaya Latson,
Yeah.
bucket getter,
Mm-hmm.
tops in the
You,
country.
you know I'm going Big Four. Big Four, Miss Morrow. I mean,
Hey, hopefully they all playing and healthy.
I hope so.
Murrow was in a boot, and Big Four was in a boot. Big Four didn't even play in the SEC tournament, so we gonna see.
NC State.
Yeah, NC State beating Vermont.
Uh,
We'll scroll back up to the top here.
yeah.
Utah and
I
Indiana.
had I had Utah in that matchup.
You
Me
got Utah in
personally,
that
I
one?
had Utah in that matchup, bro. Now, don't even know I saw
Yeah.
Indiana play early this season. They smooth, but like I'm gonna take Utah still.
Indiana got some bucket getters though. And I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind seeing Indiana and South Carolina play again. They played last year in the tournament.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing them match up again, but we gonna go with Utah. You said
Okay.
Utah, we going with Utah.
All right. I had Bama beating Green
Alabama
Bay.
versus Green Bay. Zay Green, she tough. She
Mm-hmm.
tough. We gonna go with
Mm-hmm.
Bama. We gonna go roll tide on this one. Maryland and
Yeah.
Norfolk State.
Mm.
DMV.
If I say DMV matchup, shout out to Maryland though. If you know me, shout out Maryland. Let me get Maryland.
Hey, shout out to Norfolk State, man.
For sure.
Highest they ever been. Ranked 13 in the NCAA tournament, man. Shout out to them, man. They
Yeah.
got a good
Yeah.
program going over there.
For sure.
West Virginia, Columbia actually just beat Washington, so
Mm.
that was a somewhat of an upset. Ivy League
Man,
beating a Big Ten school.
that's true.
Um,
But they're
so we're
going
gonna
home
have
now
Columbia versus West Virginia.
to the crib. Back to Ivy Leagues with them. Shout out Chapel Hill.
North Carolina versus Oregon State. We're going with North Carolina.
Agreed.
Duke versus Lehigh.
The Blue Bloods.
We're gonna go
Keep
with the
pushing.
Blue.
Yes, sir.
Let's come back to the left side. USC versus UNC Greensboro. Big
That's
Juju.
no. I said that's no question.
Cal versus Mississippi State. What you think about this one?
I think this is gonna be a good 8-9 matchup. I think I'm gonna go Mississippi State personally.
Yeah, I rock with Jacayla Jordan and Anaya Russell at Mississippi State. I seen Cal not look too good in ACC play, man. So I'm with you on that one with Mississippi State. Iowa versus Murray State. Another potential upset. Hey,
That's true. That's true. Honestly,
who you got? Who you got in this one?
Bro, Caitlin Clark is gone. So I really don't have no faith in Iowa. But I think they got the first round. Because I also seen what they've done, kind of passing the ball around and kind of having to do. And shout out Stalky for Iowa as well. I think she played 5 for Iowa now. So I rock with her game as a big. So I'm gonna say Iowa in the first round. Yeah.
Stalky, Lucy Olsen,
Stalky, man.
Cynthia Foster. They got a tough little squad, but Murray State, man, one of the best scoring offenses in the country. They can put up points.
Fun fact: I used to do orientation for Clemson, and Murray State came to the orientation conference, and I actually got some Murray State socks in my drawer right now. Actually, shout out Murray State. However, Iowa about to win.
All right, we're gonna click Iowa, easy. But don't be surprised if Murray State upset them girls.
Oh, for sure.
Oklahoma versus Florida Gulf Coast.
Yeah,
Florida Gulf Coast lost their coach, but they still been hooping this year. Their coach actually gonna be coaching for the Dream this year in Atlanta.
That's true.
So they announced that in like November, and then the interim coach stepped up and they still won their conference. So.
It is March.
Shout out to them.
March. Yeah, shout out to bro. Yeah, go ahead and pick Oklahoma though.
It sounds good, don't it?
It's cool story, bro.
we gonna go with UConn. Arkansas State, good season. Y'all made it to the tournament. Whole bunch of transfers, but it ends there.
Yeah, it's time for the big dogs.
Illinois versus Creighton.
Let me get.
I feel like that's a toss-up game.
It is a toss-up game for me. I am gonna pick Creighton women.
I think I chose Creighton on my bracket.
I'm pretty sure I chose Creighton as well. I saw the Creighton men today, so I'm gonna go Creighton women, strictly off what I saw the Creighton men do today.
Shout out to Creighton.
Shout out to Creighton. Let me go Tennessee.
Yeah,
I mean they got some dogs. I just think they're gonna get rid of South Florida easily. Let me go Miss McKinney for Ohio State. Let me get Michigan. I'm sorry, Miss Crooks. I'm sorry, Miss Crooks. But Michigan got some shooters. Michigan got some, and they got a young lady from the 704. So shout out to the 704. Go do your thing. Miss Hannah Hidalgo, please. Easily. Oh my gosh.
Easily.
Let me get Louisville.
Who you got in this one? Louisville or Nebraska?
I got Louisville personally. I know it's been a while since Haley Van Lith left, but let me still get Louisville. And then let me get, speaking of HBL, this is why I want Louisville, because she get to play her old alma mater right here. I got Texas Christian beating Fair Dixon. Dickinson.
Yeah.
Lock in.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Now we're at round of 32.
Yes, sir.
All right, Hundo. Based upon what we've chosen, brother, give me your gimme games for this particular round of 32. That's gonna make it to the Sweet 16. Give me 3 of them, and I give you some upsets.
I got you. We're gonna go NC State.
Okay.
That's a gimme. We're gonna go Duke too. I think that's a gimme.
Okay.
And then we're gonna scroll down here. Ooh.
Yeah, I know. It's starting to get tough. We just
gonna take the easy one right here. We're gonna go Kentucky. Boom.
And we just gave me the hard job. You gave me the hard job. Upsets in this second round. Sheesh. South Carolina's not gonna get upset. Go ahead and click them to win. They're not getting upset. Go ahead and click them to win. UCLA's not getting upset. Go ahead and click them to win. Okay, it might not be an upset, but let me get Coach Yo. Let me get Coach Yo and Ole Miss to beat Baylor.
Okay.
North Carolina's not losing. Give me North Carolina to beat West Virginia. I'm picking LSU under the assumption that Big 4 and Morrow are going to be back to play in these games. So I'm going to go ahead and say LSU, easy, advance. Scroll down. Let me see what else we got, man. Give me Juju easily. Go ahead and get that out of the way. Let me get Texas easily. Booker, get her back out the paint. Scroll a little further for me. Notre Dame easy. Let me get them out the way. UConn easy. Get South Dakota out the paint. Oklahoma. I don't see. I ain't about to go home. HBO not gonna lose to old team. Lock in. Text TCU. Hold on. Let's see. I mean, once again, I don't think it's really gonna be an upset. But give me Tennessee over Ohio State. I think the SEC. Man,
that's gonna be a good one, man.
I think it's gonna be a good one too. I think it's gonna be a great game, actually. But I still think that SEC pressure, that toughness, is gonna help them persevere at the end of that game. So I know it's not an upset, but give me the 5 seed over the 4 seed Ohio State. Close game, but give me Tennessee.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one because their styles, both defensive,
similar.
Both want to pressure the ball, both want to get up a lot of shots. So it's gonna come down to who can take care of the ball best.
Facts. Do you miss anybody?
I think
I one more to pick. I'm probably up. I think I know who I missed. No, it's one more I missed up top. It's 47. We missed. Yep, Alabama, Maryland. Now, I think that's another good game for me personally. I watched Alabama play early this year. But their girls are pretty good. I like the way their girls play. They got a pretty good squad to be the 5 seed. But Maryland, I don't know. I like that squad.
So I'm gonna go Maryland. Kaylin Schmeichel, Sarah Tibiasi. They tough. Maryland tough.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Maryland. I think that pushes us into the Sweet 16, brother. Woo.
Yes, sir.
That was tough. But it gets tougher. It gets tougher for you. It gets tougher for you right here in this round. So I'm glad I got the gimme games. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll start with the upsets. Let's start with the upsets this time. I just got done doing my hard job. So I'm gonna give you upsets in this Sweet 16, brother.
We looking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually, if this ends up happening, I'm gonna go Tennessee to beat Texas. Like I said, their style of play. Styles make fights, as they say in boxing.
Yeah.
When you look at Tennessee, they want to pressure the ball and get up a lot of shots. Texas, they're a defensive team. They don't shoot a lot of threes. So I think that's going to hurt them. I think Tennessee has the size and the length to bother Madison Booker. I'm going Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's see. Oh, Notre Dame easily. I'm rocking with Notre Dame. With Notre Dame. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then I'll give you one more. Is there one more?
I say, is there one more, brother? Can you find one?
I mean, maybe LSU beating NC State, but it's just something about NC State in March, bro. They just different. Isaiah James, Nia Rivers, they just different in March.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, for me, this is predicated.
And they played in the regular season already.
Yeah. Like I said, for me, everything is going to depend on is Big Four going to be there? Is Big Four and Murray going to be there? That's for me, because that gives them a size advantage for me. So it's like, and a rebound advantage, because Murray going to get anything coming off that glass. So it's like, if they're going to play, I would say LSU. But if they're not playing or something happens and they got to tweak or whatever, they get restricted minutes, NC State definitely got a good chance to win that game. So up to your judgment. I'm going to take whatever you say.
We're gonna assume that they playing.
Okay.
For the sake of LSU, we're gonna assume they playing. Yeah. So boom, LSU.
Bet.
Them gonna be the 4 upsets right there.
All right, bet. Gimmies. I mean, I'm sorry, Maryland. It's been real, but I got Don Staley. I mean, push her through, brother. Back to the Elite Eight, my good sister. Praise the Lord. UCLA. I'm sorry, Coach Yo. I appreciate your but UCLA, I done seen them do some crazy work in this tournament. And not this tournament specifically, excuse me. But I just saw them beat Juju in the championship that last round. So I know they're a tough team. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick them easily. Let's keep going. Carolina Duke. That's gonna be
an in-state rivalry.
That's the blue blood rivalry. It's crazy that this women's rivalry is much more of a closer match than the men's rivalry. Now, I just saw Duke and Chapel Hill just go to the wire. However, that game was a blowout at halftime. So, anyway, I think that this game will be much closer than that game was. And I know it got closer at the end. But I don't know that this one's going to touch blowout territory like that one did. Dang. That's tough. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Hey, yo.
Let me go Duke, man. Let me go Duke. I think their defensive pressure will help them get that dub. Yeah, okay, let's go. Who else we got here?
USC and Kentucky.
Juju got easy. It's March, man. Yeah, Juju got to show up. It's March. Oh, now this is
Oklahoma, UConn.
This is another good one. Paige, Miss Beckers. Let me talk to me. Let's get to that Elite Eight. Let's get to the best of the best. This is the last hurrah for you. You got to be there. Yeah. So now we set, Hundo. The Elite Eight is set. We got USC, UConn, Tennessee, Notre Dame. We got South Carolina, and I think it was Duke. And then we got UCLA, LSU. Who's going to the Final Four, Hundo? Let's start off with this first matchup here to the left, and let's keep it pushing. UCLA, LSU.
Lauren Betts, Nisa Murrow, Flage, Kiki Rice.
Is this the last we're going to see Miss Morrow before she goes to the draft in the LSU uniform?
Big Four ain't going out like that, man. We going LSU, man. We going LSU with the upset, man.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game.
That's what I'm saying,
if
bro.
Those two teams match up, that's going to be a good game.
If they match up, what? I'm telling you, bro. That's what I'm saying. All right. We got Don Staley versus Duke.
I got a feeling another regular season matchup that we saw earlier this year.
We did see it. But it's March now.
I'm going with Don.
Yes, sir. Smart man.
I'm rocking with Don.
Man. Me too. Me too.
I'm rocking with Don.
Okay. Now here we go. Juju versus Paige. And we saw this matchup too.
Yeah.
We saw it.
Yeah.
What you got, man?
This is tough. This is tough. Like you
Paige
said,
going home.
Man, the way UConn been playing recently, I don't think so. I don't think so. I got them beating USC.
Wow.
I got them beating USC. What's your thoughts on this matchup, though?
Bro, this is what it comes down to, brother. And this is my whole thing about this whole tournament. I need the dogs to show up and be dogs. It's March.
Yeah.
Is no excuse. So this for me is Juju versus Paige. We got best on best all night, coach. I'm not moving off Paige. I'm not moving off Juju. When she get that ball, I'm on her like white on rice. Like we locked in all night. When she got the ball, I'm on it. No, we're not switching. You can call ISO ball. I'm right there. I'm slapping the floor. We getting straight to it. I gotta see it. You say you the best. I think I'm the best. Let's see. Let the teammates, everybody else outside battle it out. But me and you, we got a bone to pick tonight. This is something. And like I said, for Paige, this is it. If you lose, you're going home. Well, not home. You going to the league, but you going home from UConn. You ain't done hooping. You done hooping there. This is it.
Yeah.
So, me personally, I got Juju, but I rock with you. So if you say Paige, click Paige. But I'm gonna keep pushing.
Bet. We got Tennessee and Notre Dame.
This is another game. It's like Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles. I mean, what's up? We supposed to be the best backcourt in the country.
Yeah.
What's really good? I understand. Tennessee tough. They got toughness all around. You know what I'm saying? From the 5 to the 1, they tough. But I'm a Hannah Hidalgo. What's up? I'm Olivia Miles. What's up?
Yeah.
I'm Citron. What's up?
Citron. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's up? Like what's really good? So I'm taking Notre Dame.
I'm with you.
But now we set it up for real. Ooh-wee. All my brackets look very similar to this. All the brackets that I made do look very similar to this. So this is pretty accurate representation of what I've actually done in real life with my brackets.
Yeah.
Oh. And this is what I'm like. This is when I get to the same point every time. My goodness. What a show we will watch in these two games right here.
Yeah.
Whew. Man. Let's start.
I know when I was picking my bracket, that South Carolina Notre Dame game, I was going back and forth. I was going back and forth. No cap.
The whole time, bro. I was like, bro, dang, Malaysia gonna turn it up. Like the lights are gonna be super bright, bro. So it's like, who gonna fold and who gonna be there? I know Dom had to have them girls prepared, but I know that I believe that Notre Dame will also have them women prepared as well. I think that Don is one of the best preparatory coaches in sports. Forget women's college basketball. I think she prepares her team like none other, and that I've seen. and this is going back multiple years, multiple teams, multiple players. I think she has her team usually in the best position to win these games, and for the majority of the time, she wins the game.
Yeah,
it comes down to Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles once again, Citron. How y'all matching up with Malaysia, with Raven Johnson? You know what I'm saying? How we matching up with Miss Chloe Kitts? How we matching up? You know what I'm saying? Like USC got all the names. Y'all got a couple, but they got a lot. You know what I'm saying? We got Miss Joyce Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that South Carolina has a size advantage. I'm not gonna say they have a talent advantage, but overall they have a talent advantage. I think entire roster wise, definitely they have a talent advantage. But star versus star, starting five, we can go back and forth a little bit about some of that. Man, me personally, I can't go against Don. I know it is tough, but I can't. Hannah, you're still young. I'm putting you in that juju category right now. You're still young. I think she's only a sophomore now, right? So, yeah. Let's take this moment right here. Let's enjoy the moment. Let's let's bask in it. But let's get ready for next season. I know it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But let's get ready for next season. Dawn to the championship, man. Dawn to her third straight ship. On my trip. Yeah. No, second straight. This will be back-to-back years for them. So yeah. Back-to-back ships.
I hear you. Me personally, in my own personal bracket, I had Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Right. But like I said, I was going back and forth the entire time on it. But I just feel like Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles, Sonia Citron, Maddie Westbelt, Lilta King. That starting five is tough. Like you said, that you can go back and forth with the starting fives. South Carolina got the depth.
That's what I'm saying. And I think that's for me what puts them over the top, because I'm like, dang, when those women get that breather, now when Don got Malaysia for Wiley coming off the bench and dropping 20, I'm like, what? It's nothing I can do. Hannah has the rest, but Hannah might have to go to full 40. Like,
hey, that's what I'm thinking, bro. Yeah. Like by any means necessary, you got to get it done, bro.
That's
especially
true.
at that stage, bro. You're in the Final Four at that point.
Yeah,
like you got two more games to go, and you're at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Like
whatever it takes, give me all you got.
We gonna do it.
You right.
So that's my only thing with Notre Dame. Like, they only play 7-8 people, but them 7-8 go hard.
That's true.
But we're gonna go with South Carolina for the purposes of the bracket.
Yeah.
Okay. Other matchup, LSU, UConn.
Another tough one for me, man. Big Four, Paige, Azia Fudd, Sarah Strong, Kim Mulkey.
Yeah.
George. Gino, excuse me. Oh, man, George. Sorry, Gino. Man. Miss Morrow. Me personally, let me get Paige to this ship, man. I think she gotta go out. Gotta go at least go into the ship. At least go into the ship for me.
Yeah.
It was tough. Like you said, this is when I went back and forth on. It wasn't as hard for me with that South Carolina Notre Dame. But this one, I was like, dang, this is really like, ugh. I feel like Paige always gets to this point and like something happens for her. So has Paige been to a ship since has Paige been to a ship since she's been at UConn? I don't think she's been to a championship. She's been to UConn in the 5 years she's been there.
Yeah, I think the closest they got was last year.
But I think that's what I'm saying.
And she was hurt the years before that.
Yeah, she was hurt. So she got to get there. This is it. This is it. And this is my thing, Hundo. Every time she puts on that jersey, you got to tell yourself, this could be my last time. Literally. In this jersey. So I got to go hard. So we talked about that 40 minutes that Hannah would have to play against USC. She might have to play 40 against LSU and put the team on your back. So, yeah. Here we go, though. We in the national championship, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, we made it to the national championship. We got some
Another
comments in the chat.
rematch.
Yeah. T-Car said it's really shaping up for Paige to get hers this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of looking strong down the stretch for real.
They have been. They've
been healthy. They've been the healthiest team. They looking real strong, bro. They looking real strong.
Now, but now you run into a juggernaut, and this is you run into not Goliath, but you run into the walls of Jericho right here. Because this is Don just seems to have it. Like there was a time and point where Gino had it. You know, he's winning 4 straight championships in a row. And it was like, wow, who's ever gonna dethrone him? But Don said, hold up, wait a minute. And yeah, this is you're right, T-Car. This is the juggernaut, brother. This is the one. This is the matchup. This championship right here, guaranteed to be the most watched national championship since the LSU Iowa game a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to be the most watched championship since that point.
And you got to think too, if this were to happen, UConn just smacked South Carolina at their own place.
This is true.
Don ain't going for that again.
She's not going out like that twice.
They not getting smacked again, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like back to no. She gonna like, and we just talked about her having the women prepared. She gonna put that tape on and say, "Remember this? Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this?
In y'all place.
Y'all see that score? Y'all remember y'all went home that night and they had to get back on the bus? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Belt. They was in the bus and y'all heard them in the visitor locker room screaming and yelling, and y'all in here getting cussed out by me. Like this is for all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Hunter, what you got, brother? What you got, man? I look at you as the expertise guy. You're Mr. Expert in this. So tell me, give me your expert opinion, brother. Who wins this national championship in this particular bracket, in this particular matchup? Who wins that championship, brother? UConn or USC?
Like I said, I don't see South Carolina getting smacked again. It's definitely gonna be a closer game. And I'm gonna go with South Carolina. I'm gonna go with the Gamecocks. Like you said, that depth is something crazy. Like Malaysia knows how to turn it up.
Yeah.
Joyce can turn it up.
Yep.
Pow can turn it up.
Yep.
Kit's been balling down the stretch.
I'm telling you.
I think South Carolina is clicking right now, man. I think they're clicking right now.
They got a comment real quick. Todd said that UConn played South Carolina back in 2022 for this ship, and Paige was healthy in that season, and they lost. UConn play. I didn't remember that, but interesting tidbit, sis. That's good. So I mean, you got that match. You got that factor as well.
Different teams now. Different teams.
But Paige, like I just said a minute ago, it's the last time Paige put her in a uniform, regardless of the outcome of this game. So Paige, you got to go for it tonight. It's you got to go to full. You got to go to full whatever overtime. It don't matter. You got to go.
Yeah.
We not taking you out. Like this is it. This is the one. But it's Don Staley. It's USC. It's USC. And I agree with Hundo. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this season to be crowned champion once again, back to back, will be University of South Carolina and Don Staley. Clap it up. Clap it up for Don Staley once again. Don Staley leads USC to their second straight championship, back to back, with the help of Miss Raven Johnson, Miss Pow, like he mentioned, Miss Chloe Kitts, Miss Joyce Edwards, Miss Malaysia Fawali. Like I said, the depth, bro. Every season she has this depth, and it's been this running joke for the past couple weeks about her getting all these McDonald's All-Americans. But bro, it contributes to the depth on this team, and it's like, bro, okay, cool. My starting five may be tired all at the same time, but I'm bringing in a second group of McDonald's All-Americans as my backups. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Hey, man, Don Staley, the GOAT. The GOAT. I'm with you, Hundo. I'm in full agreement. Miss Paige, you've had a wonderful career at the University of Connecticut. Miss Isaiah Fudd, you have had a wonderful career. It's been up and down. You have some injuries, but it's been a wonderful career at the University of UConn. Miss Sarah Strong, you're a freshman. come back next season. Listen, yeah, I think Dawn is just she got too much power this year, offensively, defensively, and the depth pieces, bro. I'm riding with Dawn. And as a Clemson graduate, I don't even get upset talking about this because Dawn she's earned that much respect from me. This is the only thing about USC that I will ever, listen to me, ever agree with that Dawn Staley, man. She's too good. She is too good. We appreciate what you do. Yes, sir, T Car, the GOAT for sure, man. Listen, I mean, you can't beat it. You cannot beat it, man. I'm telling you. Dawn Staley, shout out to you. Shout out to Dawn Staley. I mean, the roster you put together, the coaching, the mentorship, I mean, the tutelage that you provide from past players coming back in, Asia Wilson, Aaliyah Boston. I know they're going to be at the matchup. So they're going to be at the championship for sure. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So, like, you just you've done it year after year, year after year. And even when you lost pieces, you lost Ashton Watkins at the beginning of the year, one of your defensive starters, one of your standouts, when your tallest player, somebody you're counting on heavy this year, and you're still able to get it done. Yeah. I tell you what. Shout out Dawn Staley, man. Shout out Dawn Staley. Facts. We got USC holding up that banner this year again, back-to-back champs. So listen, I got some comments here. Yeah, all time. T-Car, you said this doesn't feel like a top 3. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that's true.
Facts.
This low-key, this don't even feel like a top 3 USC squad. But you also got to remember last year people were saying, yeah, this USC squad last year, like, they were undefeated, but, like, it didn't feel, like, crazy. It felt like it was regular. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Dawn, I don't know how she does it. Like, she got all these players, even the transfers. You got Papa transferred in. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you're bringing in these young women, and, like, it's just, like, regular. Like, it's like, this team cool. Like, it's
right.
She's still winning ships. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're doing it in a different way.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. They're doing it in a different way, bro. Like, previous years, they were relying on the bigs.
Yep.
You got to balance the attack now, bro. You got Chloe.
And now she got shooters. That's what I'm saying.
You got shooters. You got Pow. Yes. You got Malaysia. You got Tessa.
Yes.
You got Joyce still down low. Fagan down low. Raven Johnson is a traditional point guard. Like,
that's what's crazy.
Just different, bro.
And she continues to assimilate to that, because I remember that was the biggest knock on a couple years ago. Oh, you got all these bigs. You got Leah Boston. You had Asia Wilson. You had Camila Cardoza. Like, are you gonna be able to shoot the ball? And she said, "Cool, I got you." Bought in Pow. You know what I'm saying?
They was playing off of Raven Johnson, daring her to shoot.
Yes,
they was giving her the Ben Simmons treatment.
I'll never forget that.
Bro, wave her off.
Bro, Caitlin was like, nothing. It's nothing. I'll never forget that, bro. I'll never forget that.
So disrespectful, bro. Got in the lab, bro.
Bro, in the lab. She said, I'll never disrespect that again, bro. Ever. Hey, Raven Johnson. Hey, that's true resiliency right there. That's true. That's the test. That's a test of a woman right there. I tell you what. Because me personally, you gotta earn my fade. Because ain't no way you want to push wave me off like that. That's crazy work. Mid-game. This ain't practice.
On national TV.
National TV. This is tournament time. Let her shoot. Let her shoot. It's crazy. Let her shoot. It's crazy in front of my parents. Man, stop. But like you said, Hundo, got in that lab, and she been cooking ever since, bro. They turned it around. Man. Shout out Dawn Staley again, man. Shout out Dawn Staley. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's March. It is March, which means it's time for some madness. So, as y'all saw with our bracket, there were some ups, there's some upsets, there's some downs. I would love to see and hear y'all thoughts and opinions as we get started on these matchups starting tomorrow with the women's bracket going live. All the final 4 games, the first 4 games, I think they're done. I think the last one's probably coming to a completion now, or should be coming close to that point, which means that the brackets will officially be live and the games will begin tomorrow early. I'm pretty sure it's at like 11 something tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. The first game, Iowa State, they play early at 11:30. Give me who y'all think will be the champion. Y'all don't have to give us a full breakdown like we did this evening. But give me your final four if you want to, and give me who y'all think is gonna win the championship. Put it in the comments. Hit us on Instagram when we post our clips. Hit us up on TikTok. Hit us up on the Twitch page. We live on Twitch right now as well. Man, we want to hear it. I always get excited about this time of the month. The year. Because March Madness is always just a crazy time. The men's bracket is also live now. Clemson lost today. I'm not get upset again. But upset. Then this is what March is all about. March is all about upsets, man. March is all about upsets. And some of them pain you, and some of them just like, dang, it is March. So that's my theme of this month. It's March. It's March, man. That's all I'm gonna say all month. It's March. So when the upset's coming, just remember, it's March. I don't know, man. You got any final thoughts this evening as you get prepared to close, brother?
Yeah, just going off what you said, man. It's March, man. Anything can happen. Expect the unexpected.
Yes, sir.
And I'm excited for these games, man.
Yeah.
If upsets do happen, I don't think it's gonna be too many on the women's side for real.
Yeah.
Just because like we've talked about before, the gap in talent for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Is much greater in the women's game than the men's game. But
indeed.
I'm excited to see it, man. Like I say, anything could still happen. Go out there, hoop. We got to see the dogs show up.
Facts.
The dogs got to show up.
Facts. Dogs got to show up, or somebody will get upset. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. Yeah. So we ended off like this, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, here at the Winning Shot Podcast, we appreciate y'all always tapping in with us, always showing us love, being in the comments, texting us, emailing us, calling us. Even when y'all, I got some texts and they say, "Hey, y'all ain't been on the pod with me. Everything all right?" I love that because that means y'all are really watching, man. So I appreciate the push because we need it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We can do get a little weary sometimes, but we appreciate the push because that means we're doing what we need to be doing. So that means we'll get back to put out content for y'all. That means we'll be more consistent for y'all. That means we're gonna be more interactive with y'all. So we appreciate y'all tapping in, showing us love, showing us appreciation. It's March, ladies and gentlemen. So lock in, find yourself a nice TV, or watch it on your phone. Whatever you gotta do, man, watch them games. I'm locked in for the rest of this time. And we'll be back next week because we'll be able to talk about this first round ending. So we definitely gonna give y'all the next set of games and how we feel about those particular matchups, man, and see if our predictions that we started tonight come true. So keep rocking with us, keep listening, keep watching, and we'll be back again. Peace.